Well, welcome back to the Gobby Gaffer, and it's live stream number 3 now, managing Bayern Munich after jumping ship from Schalke 04. Yeah, just out of the blue, got the job offer from Bayern to go and take over after Vincent Kompany. We're in, what year are we in here? 2032 in game. And Vincent Kompany did get sacked last year as their manager. I think he only finished 6th, maybe. I think it was about 6th. So on a Europa League this season for Bayern. But I'm hoping to take them to better places, win some trophies, and we'll get them back to where they belong on the top of the Bundesliga. Hiya, Cameron. How's it going? Yeah, not too bad, Cameron. Bit of a busy weekend, but there you go. Okay, let's jump into the game and have a look where we're up to. So I need to change my mouse over if I can get my words out. Okay, so we've got the league table behind us. So only 8 games played in the Bundesliga after a fairly busy transfer window. Buzzing to see you streaming today. Right, thanks, Cameron. So we're top of the shop. Having played 8 games, 22 points, going very nicely indeed. Let's just have a quick look at the results. I mean, you would kind of expect us to do well in the Europa League, I would have thought. I mean, the Bundesliga, you know, the reason they sacked Vincent Kompany was because they only finished 6th. Hiya, Stevie, how are you doing? City really done shite yesterday. What happened? I watched the game. Yeah, there's only one word for it, Cameron. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. That team's certainly not got the mentality of the Kevin De Bruyne's, Vincent Kompany's, David Silva's, Sergio Aguero's. That team has not got that mentality, has it? That was thoroughly embarrassing. And all the City vloggers who for weeks now have been trolling the Arsenal fans with the bottle jobs and all of this. I mean, they're all hiding today. And, well, this is why I don't do banter. This is why I don't predict scorelines, because it can very, very quickly come back to bite you. That team do not want to win the Premier League. They just don't. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Probably the players are not good enough. But anyway, let's not get too wrapped up. I honestly couldn't believe when Everton went 3-1. I know I was sat there watching it with my daughter, and my chin was getting lower and lower and lower. I just could not believe it. Typical City. He's one of the City vloggers. I watched his stream back today, and it was like, you know, the equaliser went in, and it was, wow, where did that come from? The second goal went in was, wow. And when the third goal went in, he just got up, and all he could do was just walk round in a circle going, wow, I can't believe. Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, Vincent Kompany would never, ever have allowed that to happen. I think if we'd have had Rodri in the middle of the park, he would not have allowed that to happen. Anyway, that's all boring Manchester City stuff. Everything. Spurs are staying up. I think they are. I've been asked a few times, and I think I kind of said I didn't really know, but I couldn't really see Spurs in the Championship. I can see West Ham in the Championship, but not Spurs. I don't know. There's something around Spurs. They've got a bit of an aura, haven't they? And I don't think West Ham belong in the Championship, but somebody's got to go down. So, of course, the big game at the weekend is West Ham versus Arsenal. So, but West Ham failed absolutely disastrously. If I was a West Ham fan at weekend, I probably would have cut my season ticket up, because that kind of performance and losing a game, losing 3 points and letting Spurs jump over you, where West Ham are now destined for the Championship, that is unacceptable. Unacceptable. The Burnleys of this world, you expect it, don't you? Not West Ham. No, not West Ham. So whichever team goes down, it's going to be a disaster for their fans. Absolutely. Let's not mention the Villa Spurs game. Exactly. Spurs will stay up. Of course they will. People reckon Villa have put our second team on purpose to keep Spurs up. I have no idea. Conspiracy theories, aren't they? Conspiracy theories. But anyway, let's get back into this, because I kind of feel sometimes I wish I hadn't mentioned that I was a Manchester City fan at the very start of this. But then, of course, you do get asked what team you support. I mean, I suppose I could have made up, like, Caledonian Thistle or whatever the bloody hell they're called. I could have said something like that, and then nobody would have bothered me, would they, really? It's great being, a fan of any team when they're successful, aren't they, And I think Arsenal will win the Premier League now, because they're not gonna foul up against West Ham, and then they got Burnley and Palace, so Burnley's a shoo-in. If they don't score 6 goals in that game, something's wrong somewhere. But anyway, it is what it is. Okay, let's. I'm a United fan myself. Yeah, I'm that. Well, Carrick seems to have them ticking over a bit now, doesn't he? So I don't know. I think you find a lot of this with all teams where, when a caretaker manager comes in and does really well with them, but when they're given the job full time, that's when it kicks in, and that's when you find out whether they actually are a good manager or not. And wants City to win it? On your side, no one wants Arsenal winning. I don't know why, Cameron. I'm just not sure why. I don't know why people are so against Arsenal. I have nothing against Arsenal. It's like all the fans of this, that and the other. But aren't City fans are the same. You've only got to watch I'm totally embarrassed for all the City vloggers that in the last few weeks. Totally embarrassed. Because they've been coming out with all of these statements. Arsenal, the biggest bottle jobs in the world. And look what's going to happen now. That wasn't a bottle job yesterday, was it? That was whatever is like 10 levels above a bottle job. That was that. That was absolutely awful. We played even Stockport County would have got a better result, wouldn't they, out of that? It was absolutely shocking. But... yeah, I really don't understand what people have got against Arsenal fans. They're only doing what Liverpool fans, United fans, City fans, Chelsea fans, they're only doing what they've done in the past. When your team is looking like they're going to win the Premier League for the first time in 20 odd years, you're going to get excited. You're going to say things, aren't you, that, they've not been great this season, Arsenal, but they've been the best of a bad bunch. Good luck to them. That's what I say. They might turn up. I have everything against them. I'm a Spurs fan. Well, yeah, obviously, I would never want Manchester United or Liverpool to win the Premier League. I just wouldn't, it's because I'm a City fan, so outplayed us, mate, yeah. I think that manager that they've got now, De Zerbi, is he called? He's a very good manager, so I think he'll do all right with them. But of course, they've got to survive first. Anyway, this is a Bayern Munich live stream. So if anybody's coming to the live stream thinking what we're talking about Manchester City for, this is a Bayern Munich live stream. And if you've checked in, we're playing the console version of Football Manager 2026, and this is the third instalment of me jumping ship from Schalke 04 to Bayern Munich. Vince and company was sacked, and I now have Bayern Munich in the Europa League. Weirdly, when have Bayern Munich ever played in the Europa League? Well, they are this season, and we're doing okay, to be fair. In fact, results all over. We're doing all right. Let's just have a quick reminder. So we're 93 million in the red in the bank, but we can soon put that right by winning a few things. No transfer budget available. 165k wages available. Okay, let's just move this on. Did I do a rest period for the next game? We're on the 22nd. Probably a bit late now to do that if I didn't do that. No, I've done it. That's okay. That's fine. He saved us. Well, we'll see. Got my club, eventually picked Portsmouth, get them back to the Premier League. Yeah, I mean, you will learn the game better, Cameron. It will come eventually. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Really. Right, let's move this game on. Let's get some football played, because we don't want to be talking about Manchester City, Spurs, West Ham, Arsenal. It's a Bayern Munich save, isn't it? So let's try and get focused in on what's going on here. Yeah, so last night, obviously, the City game was on. So, but then over the weekend, things kind of accelerated a little bit, and my son and my daughter, their families, were looking at going to Centre Parks next year. But it just happened to come up that, well, why don't you come with us? And I'm like, yeah, I've watched quite a lot of vlogs. There's a lot of walking involved, and I'm not that great at walking. But anyway, they booked it yesterday, and I'm going with them next year. So that was like yesterday. I went round to my son's, had some food, did all of the booking of this Centre Parks malarkey, and then of course the game was in the evening. And it's been a bit of a busy weekend this weekend. In fact, I've not even got the Spurs stroke Chelsea save out today. I've not managed to do that. So that'll probably going up. Maybe keep the Tuesday, Thursday thing going. Maybe Thursday now. I'll maybe finish it off tomorrow and then put it up for Thursday and then live stream again on Friday. I think that's probably what I'll do this week. Just try and get myself... It's weird when you get out of like a system that you've been in, and you go off and do other things, and then all of your system gets thrown into confusion. And I'm one of those kind of people who likes a lot of order and structure, and when I'm out of that, then I get a bit confused. So it's been a bit of a weird weekend. Shame for Portsmouth in real life. They used to be in the Prem. Yeah, I know. Did you manage to get a McFlurry? I did, Craig. I did. So yeah, we were at my son's yesterday, and they'd put like a bit of a buffet on and stuff. We booked this Centre Parks holiday thing, and then my youngest granddaughter was there. She's the one that was messaging me about it. So I said to her, "Do you want me to take you to McDonald's and we'll get a Biscoff McFlurry?" But then, because everybody else jumped in, then so my son didn't go and his wife, but we all went to McDonald's afterwards. Like my eldest granddaughter and her boyfriend. So we all went and we had. Well, I had a burger anyway, but I got as good as I remember as well. I mean, to be honest, you could put Biscoff on roast beef or rice pudding or egg and chips, and it would still taste good. Biscoff is just, they're doing Biscoff everything now, aren't they? But it just works, that the Biscoff with the McFlurry, it works. Absolutely scrummy. Yeah, loved it. Hopefully I'll try and get another one in. More worrying news is I do all my thumbnails in Microsoft Publisher, and I know a lot of people use like proprietary things to do thumbnails in, but I've used Publisher for years and years, and so I do all my thumbnails, all my creation of art designs, all done in thumbnail. I've just gone to do the thumbnail for this, clicked on it. Oh, support is ending in October 2026. I'm like, well, that's all right. I've still got a laptop running Windows 10. Support's finished, but it works, But no, more than that. And you won't be able to use it anymore. And anything that you produced in it won't work anymore. So from October, I'm going to have to now find myself a new piece of software to do thumbnails in. I mean, I know there's Canva and stuff like that, but anyway, it is what it is. Okay, right. So we're going into a game here. Let's get back into the game. What are we doing? Right. So I've got Diao in the middle there. Oh, I need Mora's already in there. Elise is the one that we need in. Elise, right? I think, does Mora go in the middle and we put Elise there? I think that's how we had it, isn't it? Shishan and Pavlovich in here, and then like I say, I've been away for. It's actually I'm working on the Spurs save at the moment. That simulation. So I've been working on that today. In fact, I've been in that practically all day. I went out and did a bit of shopping, came back, and then was straight into it. So I've been working on that virtually all day. That's right, yeah. Forte, is he back now? Diamande and De Bast, Tape. I mean, can we get him back in the team? Forte? Right, let's give that a go. Let's give that a go. I mean, to be honest, this should, in theory, it should be one of the easiest saves I've ever done. Because I've never managed a top team. You know, the PSGs, Barcelona's, Real Madrid's, Bayern Munich's, Manchester City's. I've never managed them in Football Manager, ever. So this should be one of my easiest saves. But then again, you throw Football Manager into the mix and, you know, I can guarantee more or less when we come to the big games, the finals and whatever, we will get 4 or 5 injuries. So, but anyway, let's jump into it. We'll give that a save, haven't we? Right, let's go to the match. It'd be nice to actually watch a game. I mean, everything I've done today has all been simulation, so it'd be nice to actually watch a game and watch a bit of football. And also a team that is even in fantasy land doesn't bottle it and, you know, plays well, unlike my real life team. I still can't believe it. I really can't. I mean, I don't want to talk about Manchester City, but I just can't believe that, what they've done there. Can't believe it. Right, let's try and get this game won. What is it? Hanover 96, isn't it? We're playing. Who've had the better of the opening exchanges by the looks of it. Okay, here we go. Back in the team now after that injury. Elise, nice little ball to Musiala. Knocking the ball about here like we know what we're doing. Diouf down this left-hand side. Switches it back in. Shishan spins. Diouf again. Making hard work of that, and it's over the bar in the end. Unfortunate. Never mind, at least we've had a shot. Okay. I'm quite liking my centre-back pairing. That's this De Bast and Diamande. I'm quite liking this centre-back pairing. Musiala steps past his man, and his foot going to hit this. He's driving in the penalty area. The ball's in the back of the net, and Dylan Bastian gets the ball in the back of the net. And I've just been talking about those two centre-backs. Gets himself forward there, and the ball's in the back of the net. Nice driving run from Fort there. And the goalkeeper makes an absolute hash of it. Let's not talk about goalkeepers making a hash of things, shall we? Let's try and stay on try and stay on in focus. Musiala. Diamande. We've got a lot of players forward here. Ball's in the back of the net. Elise says, the flag gone up? No, it's not. Digital games, you don't play them all. Look at one of the. You could do some. Well, seeing what PS have done. Oh, we did so. If you don't play them or log in, so you could lose the absolute. Right, okay then. Yeah, I've never. I don't do digital gaming. all my games are all on physical discs. I've never ever downloaded a game onto my PlayStation ever. I mean, obviously, you know, because of my age, I'm very old-fashioned, so it's what I do. But then also, I think it's cost-effective because, I mean, I've just sent Assassin's Creed Shadows back for to get. I think I've got 19 quid for it on a voucher. I've already got 25 quid with them, so what that gives me £44 to be able to spend on. Actually, I'm talking a load of rubbish here. I'm talking a right load of rubbish. Bastion is my centre forward. It's De Bast. Bastion, De Bast. You can see where I got a bit confused there, can't you? It's Bastion who's scoring the goals, not De Bast. Right, okay. I'll mind I downloaded on console, but looking enough for you. Yeah, so yeah, it's so yeah, so I basically I've got a credit note now with CEX for £44. So I am at the moment. I think it is going to be Crimson Desert that I buy, which is I think is about 55 quid at the moment. So I only need to put a tenner to, and I'm getting a practically brand new PS game there. So I don't know. To me, it just makes sense. And the other thing as well is I'm not very. It's very rare that I replay a game. So obviously, when you download it digitally, then you've got it to play again. But it's very rare once I've played a game, that's it, done. I'm the same with films and stuff like that. You know, like a lot of people say, oh, I've watched this film 20 times. I watch it once. It could be the best film in the world. Don't really want to watch it again. Move on to the next one. If you have just checked into the live stream, we are playing the console version of Football Manager 2026. And I am managing Bayern Munich. I'm playing with a keyboard and mouse, by the way, for anybody that's maybe thinking about buying the game or using the controller and don't really like the controller. You can play it with a keyboard and mouse. I've got a wireless keyboard and mouse. The little dongle thing goes into the USB slot on the PS5 and it just works. And it's so much easier and more convenient. Bastion's in again. Has Bastion scored every goal? Gordon Bennett. I'm just waiting on a subscription for the premium goal or whatever they call it. Okay, it's 5-0. 2 minutes of time added on. Right, okay, well, we can't say anything else but pleased, can we? Okay, I did notice that we can actually, 5-0 up, we can actually make some changes here, can't we? So, let's have a look. I've got to try and remember here what I'm doing. Is Szoboszlai, he's not, is he? Right, okay. Who have we got on that we can bring on? Martinelli can come on, can't he, for Musiala? And who else can we bring on? Hernandez is just a striker. I'll tell you what we can do. We can bring him on and we'll just drop him into midfield. Because we're 5-0 up, it doesn't really matter. Right, so he's going to play as a playmaker, is he? What's his... can he play make? Kind of. That'll do. We'll make a couple of changes at half time. because I did notice one of my attacking mids there was very tired towards the end of the first half. I mean, I suppose it, I'm just watching the chat go by. I suppose it's quite a good idea because, if there's PS4 games on there, I mean, stuff like The Division and The Division 2, I mean, they are very, very well worth playing. Lots of playing in them. Very, very good games. Obviously, Fallout 4. There's lots of good PS4 games, isn't there? So, on a different subject, problem I see is Cherky thinks he's messy too much and tries to take people on too much. I noticed. Yeah, he's a young cocky lad, isn't he, Cherky? And I'm guessing if he's got his head screwed on right, which at the moment I'm not sure, but if he's got his head screwed on right, that will settle down. I think Guardiola is trying to keep his feet on the ground. But it was a weird game, for like, I think 2 minutes in, our players were just slipping over and falling and making mistakes. And I'm like, did you not go out on the pitch before it kicked off? Did you not see how slippy and slidey it was? Did you not choose a pair of... I mean, you're professional footballers. You're earning hundreds of thousands of pounds a week. The least the fans can expect is you're going to go out and choose the right pair of boots to wear. But they were slipping and sliding all over the place. I didn't see one Everton player slip and slide anywhere. So it was a strange one. We were just a disaster. And to be honest, it's not the first time this season. I mean, look at the Leverkusen game early in the season. We were 3-0 up in that game, I think. And they came back and got 3 goals in the second half. What's that all about? We were world champions a few seasons ago. What's happened? I don't know. Right. Is Brown's not back yet, is he? Which is a bit of a problem. Okay, let's put Baum over that side. Baum. And we'll put... Who plays on that? Oh, it's Tape, isn't it? Tape. Who is not on the bench. Good planning, that. Very good planning. Who have we got on the bench then that we can bring on? That might be the easier way to do it. You know what? Let's do that. Let's change the 2 centre-backs. We are looking quite tired, aren't we? But we are playing this gegenpress, so it's going to do. Nothing against him. Bro plays his feet. Yeah, tries too many solos. Yeah. They tend to... Yeah, they do the youngsters, don't they, Craig? It's, when I watch my grandsons playing, they'll be... In a like an hour period, they'll probably load 3 games up and you're like, just stick to one. But no, we'll play this one and we'll play that one and then we'll stick another one in. And then in between times they've got FIFA on. I think it's the modern society. If you watch the young kids these days, they're used to watching like TikTok and YouTube shorts and stuff like that. And it's a short attention span. They watch something, 5-10 seconds, boom, onto the next. And I don't know what kind of brain that is... kind of, what's the word for it? Developing. Before the last game of the season. Yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I don't make predictions. I never have done, so... You see, I'm an old City fan. and I've been a City fan for a long time, and I learnt many years ago when we were playing the Stockport counties of this world, and York and Bradford, and I learned to keep my mouth shut because there was a team over the road who were much better than we were. So you're very you got your mouth shut for you very early, and that's carried on with me. I think I'm quite a City fan, and I want to stay like that. Don't want to get above my station. If we win stuff, we win stuff. If we don't, well, right. Come on, Baum, down that left hand side. Get ball in the box. 6-0 at the moment. My word. No attention span. My son does my head in with that. It's weird, isn't it, Stevie? It's obviously a few years ago I bought myself a little bit of a holiday just to Wales, and I was big into, well, I'm still big into photography, but I just bought a new camera. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do a load of, anyway. My granddaughter, who was doing photography at secondary school, and I spoke to my daughter. I bought myself or I am thinking of doing. And she said, oh, you could take, what's it with you? And I said, oh, right, okay then. And that's a good idea. So anyway, I took her with me, and I just booked the one room, but she's there on a bloody, like at night time when you just, you lay there and you're watching a bit of telly, and she's got a bloody phone on, and you can hear this stuff, it's like, and it drives you mad. But like I say, it doesn't seem to bother them, and I do wonder what kind of brain that's developing, for like the future. I mean, it's a few years ago now. I mean, she's left school now. I mean, she's got quite a decent job and everything. She's just bought her own. Well, it's the second car now that she's bought. So, but yeah, it's weird, Stevie. Absolutely. Have I been up to much today? I went and did a bit of shopping this morning, and then I came back, and I've been working on the Spurs save. Because like I say, that should have come out today, but because I've been busy all weekend, it just didn't happen. And then I tried to work, well, I did work on it today, but there was far too much to do to get a video up for today. So yeah, I've been doing that really. And then afterwards I went on and watched all the City vloggers from yesterday. I mean, talk about embarrassing. Yeah, I know, it's weird. But you kind of feel a bit helpless, really, because there's not a lot that you can do about it. It's just the way of the world. You can't stop it, really. It is what it is. Right, let's see. Do we need to? I'm guessing we've got a Europa League game coming up. We should have, shouldn't we? Yes. Oh no, we've got Drewsburg in the DFB Pokal. Okay. And then it looks like we've got Dortmund after that. So that, in theory, that should be a fairly tricky game, shouldn't it? Must have been better back in your times. Yeah, I mean, it's all relative, I suppose, isn't it? It's all relative. It's, like back in my day, you had to make your own bloody entertainment. You got your bike out and cycle around the street a few times, or got the Subbuteo out and I used to have Subbuteo competitions, and it's a little story about that. My brother, who like I say, he's died now, but he lived in my parents' old house, and he was a bit of a hoarder in a good way, and he used to keep all this stuff up in the loft. and we used to laugh about him many times. And then one day I got a message from him with a picture, and he'd found my old Subbuteo score book. You got a score book with it, with all the like competitions and stuff in it and the scores. And then he took it over because he was like, what was he, 13 years younger than me. And so when I left home, I mean, obviously, you know, you leave home, I think it was 1920 when I left home. But so you leave all of that stuff behind, your Subbuteo and stuff, you pass that, aren't you? So, of course, he took it on then. My middle brother was never interested in football, but Ian, my younger brother, he was, apart from being a big City fan as well, more so than I am. Yeah, he took over my Subbuteo set. I'm only 23, but when I was a kid, I was kicking a ball. Right, okay, so we put a rest day in there. Yeah, it's like I say, it's all relative. I do kind of feel like, though, when I was younger, life was a lot simpler then. You know, you could. I mean, where I lived in Lensum in Manchester, we had a big playing fields right at the top of our road. In fact, it's weird because when I started secondary school, we used to go on there to play our football, which is another story altogether. But so, you know, there were goalposts up there. We could just take a ball up there and go and kick it around, and it was great, you know, fresh air and stuff. But yeah, I do worry about the young minds these days, because social media has just taken over, and I mean, social media used in a good way can be a great asset, but um, obviously, you know, the young kids don't know that, do they? They're just, you know, they're on the phones and they just, I don't know. Um, yeah, definitely, it was a lot cheaper. Yeah, but there again, you see, I mean, kids these days, for the most part, they get what they want when they want, don't they? You know, and even if they don't get stuff through the year, they will get like decent birthday presents or Christmas presents. I mean, when I was a kid, I mean, we weren't poor. I mean, there was like my mother and father, and then three boys. So, you know, we were always well fed, well looked after, and whatever. But we didn't, you know, there wasn't that kind of money knocking about for. I mean, I'm in a little story. So obviously, I'm the oldest. Well, I was the oldest. I am the oldest now, because there's only me left living now. But I'm the last man standing in our family. But when I was born. I think there was a 5 or 8 years between me and my second brother. But so my dad used to do quite a lot of overtime, like Saturday morning. So he'd do the overtime, come home, wash and shave, and then he'd be off to Main Road to watch the game. But Saturday morning, he'd do the overtime, and then he'd get off the bus, and there was a toy shop there, and he'd go in the toy shop and buy me, I don't know whether you remember them, but Lesney cars. They were like a smaller version of the dinky ones. And he used to bring me one, like every Saturday he worked overtime. He'd bring me one home, brand new little, and my eyes used to light up. Fantastic, loved it. And I built a great little collection up. But then when my second brother was born, that all stopped. And obviously now as an adult, I get that, you know, because he would have had to buy two and he couldn't afford it. So it kind of just stopped altogether. At the time, I was like, oh my God, you know, he's come along. Now I'm not getting my presents. But yeah, you know, we weren't poor, but we didn't have a great lot of money. Technology's ruined them. It's I do fear, Stevie, that the modern way of life at the moment it's not great, is it at all? It really isn't great. I mean, weirdly, when I was growing up, I was self-employed for most of my life, so that wouldn't have happened anyway. But I always had a hankering to be a teacher. I would have never have been a teacher in secondary school because they're little shits, aren't they? But junior school, primary school, I would love to have been a teacher. But now you're like, would I like to do that? I mean, the stories I'm like, my my twin grandsons, they're in the last year of junior school. They got secondary school in September, but they're in the last year. And some of the stories they come home with, and I'm like, oh my God, how do the teachers deal with this? Well, they don't actually. They don't. And this is the problem. I mean, okay, we're getting a bit political and it's only my opinion, but we have a very namby-pamby society now. Nothing gets jumped on, nothing gets stamped on. It's just a case of, oh, well, there's misbehaviour there. How do we deal with it? So, do we allocate more funds? Do we put instead of just getting that kid and say, smack around the ear hole, sort yourself out, sit in that chair, don't move again. That's what we got when we were at school. Can't do that anymore. Namby-pambies are on patrol. Yeah, I don't know. It's quite sad. Matchbox cars. I mean, is that the same thing? Is Matchbox the same as... It might be, were they actually made by Lesney? It was Lesney, Lesney, Lesney. I don't know whether somebody wants to Google that, but is Lesney and Matchbox the same thing? I'm not sure whether it is. And because then the next one up were like the were they called Dinkies? I can't remember now. My memory's not great. Never off phones, even allowed them during lessons at school. I mean, that is meant to be being stopped in it, Stevie. I think there's something going through Parliament to stop them having phones in school. But you see, this is the other side of it, I mean, for the most part. So when I was growing up, and we weren't too far from it, to be honest, obviously I didn't know what was going on, but Brady and Hindley were doing their horrible, evil things at the time I was a kid at home, and Hattersley wasn't too far from where we lived in Levenshulme, kind of the other side of Manchester. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, we went out playing an awful lot on the streets, and we were allowed to do. But then I don't know. It's what am I trying to say? So basically, the whole thing with the phones is that we have two secondary schools around here. There's an all-girls school, and then there's a mixed one. And there's been a few incidents with the all-girls school, secondary school, where there's been like flashes. One girl was that I think this geezer attempted to bundle her into a car and stuff like that. Well, my granddaughter went to that school, So having a phone on you is a good thing in that, because like if you can turn it on when you're walking home, you've got your phone with you. At least if you get into any problems or you think somebody's following you or whatever, you can ring up. Like ring me, Grandad, can you come and pick me up? So from that side of it, it's a good thing. But then from the side of it of being able to use them in schools, who the hell wants 14 pairs of shoes when you go on holiday? I haven't had 14 pairs in my life. Brian Clough on the content. A Posh Spice's missing look. That was a hell of a way to introduce yourself, Socrates. I mean, my word. I wondered what you were talking about then for a minute. Brian Clough, he was a character, wasn't he, Brian Clough? Gordon Bennett. Yeah, you're very well, mate. Very welcome, mate. Schools just teach a load of brainwashing crap. Yeah, it's school is a weird thing, isn't it? You know, secondary school these days, because the one thing that I've learned over the years is that, you know, kids don't necessarily need to get a pile of GCSEs, I'm showing my age, to be successful in life, do they? You know, their abilities might be in completely other areas, and I get it. I mean, obviously, secondary schools have got to teach a broad syllabus, haven't they? So, I mean, a lot of the stuff that they learn, like geography, history, you know, it's interesting. But unless you're going to become a geography or a history teacher, or you know something like a career in that area, then most people never use geography and history again. So, and like Pythagoras' theorem, you know, the square on the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides. I can still remember that. I've never used it. And we did that for, I don't know, I think 2 years in secondary school. We just kept it back because it was going to be in the exam. They knew it would be in the exam. Pythagoras' theorem. Okay. Sines, cosines, tangents. We spent ages doing them. When is it ever? No. I don't know. Parents shouldn't hit their children well, only in self-defense. Billy Connolly. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Dinky, a different brand to Matchbox. Yeah, so yeah, like I say, I used to get bought the Matchbox Lesney, the smaller ones. But there's a great range in them. Now you get motorbikes as well, commercial vehicles, all kinds of stuff. I absolutely loved them. They were brilliant. The dinky ones though were a bit more expensive, so I never got bought those. A piece of paper with a letter does not decide your future. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was woke crap, Cameron. I mean, like I say, you know, you do have to have sympathy with the education system, because unless you're going to have one secondary school that teaches architecture and another one that teaches brain surgery, they've got to have a level, haven't they? One of the things I've always advocated is having many more practical skills in school. So they should have at least one lesson a week on how to manage finances, how to run a bank account, how to work out, you know, your gas, electric, quarterly into weekly, yearly. Do all of that. That should be mandatory in schools. And there's lots of other practical things they could do as well. I mean, I think, well, I mean, should they have food technology for everybody? Because then, whether you're male or female, you can at least cook yourself some, you know, a hearty meal and whatever. But I would rather see that than Pythagoras' theorem. Because Pythagoras' theorem, you know, when have we... I mean, I've never used Pythagoras' theorem, and I was the site manager for Welcome Break at one period. I was the maintenance manager, so I used to do lots of joinery and metalworking and all kinds of stuff. Never used it in that, you know. I mean, I know one end of the hammer from the other, and I can use a saw and all of that kind of stuff. We'll only play one game here. If you have just joined the live stream, we've got 73 clicks here. People will be coming in going, what the hell's going on here? It's meant to be Football Manager. It is Football Manager. We are attempting to play the console version of Football Manager 2026. I'm playing as manager of Bayern Munich at the moment, after Vincent Kompany was sacked as their manager, trying to get them back into the big time. I'm doing okay at the moment. Playing on the PS5 with a keyboard and mouse. If there is anybody in the live stream who would like to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell and give me a like, that would be amazing. Come in and say hello. Nobody bites here. It's a very friendly live stream, this. It is weird as well, I'm noticing, that the only new subscribers generally that I get now are on live streams. And I'm also picking views up on those. The last two I've done, and the last one was quite, well, it wasn't short, but it was shorter. I've had over 500 views on that. The live streams seem to be gaining momentum a lot more than the standalone videos now. So, I mean, that's quite pleasing. Right, I think we're just going to go into this this game here. And Debasti Forte. Yeah, I think we're just going to, let's give it a save and we'll just go into this game. So it's the DFB Pokal, it's the German version of the FA Cup. Let's have a look. I'm way out of with the chat here. Lesnar with the brand that made Matchbox. Okay, fine. Hiya, Mike. How are you doing? You're way back there. Way back, but I missed you coming in. Sorry about that. Yeah, how are you doing, Mike? How's your bank holiday weekend gone? GG in chat. Jeremy Doku Masterclass. Yeah, I mean, the only highlight of that game were those two shots. But then he'll probably get told off in the dressing room afterwards because Pep Guardiola does not like people shooting. So he'll probably get in trouble for that. Leslie Prano went bankrupt in 82, which was the year that I was born. Right, okay. And Millie Dowler had her phone and there were messages that were read and deleted because it got hacked into. Yeah, there's some absolutely perverse, evil people on the planet. I mean, obviously not all of them. You know, you can't paint everybody with the same brush, but a lot of reporters, newspaper reporters, they're the scum of the earth, absolute scum of the earth. Some of them, not all of them. The structure has changed over the years. Some for the good, some not. I was in the studies before they changed the grading from letters to numbers. Yeah, that's all weird now, isn't it? You kind of have to have that explained to you. It's weird. And Matchbox cars when I was small in the 70s, but moved on to vinyl records. Much more interesting thing to spend your pocket money. Same with me, Craig. Absolutely same with me. I used to use a little known fella called Richard Branson. He had a little company. It was I used to buy the Musical Express, New Musical Express, and the Melody Maker, and there were adverts in there for it. It was a weird name, the company. I think it was called Virgin Records or something. And $1.99 they were. I bought a lot of my records from it. I had a vinyl record collection of about 350 by the time I was about 21. So I bought, I mean, you know, Richard Branson these days, I put him where he is. That was all my money. Same, I was also born in 82, a great year. There's lots of videos on here of people restoring small die-cast cars. Really? Oh, now that's right up my street. Oh, right, okay. I'll have to seek them out, Socrates, and I would definitely have to see. I love stuff like that. A lot of my my playlist for my YouTube videos is I'm massively into woodworking and stuff like. I can't do it these days, but I used to be massively into woodworking and DIY. But anybody repairing anything. Like guitars is a favourite one of mine. People like repairing guitars and stuff like that. But I'll definitely give that a look. Some schools are doing this in their PSC lessons. They do it as part of technology still alongside woodworking. They do it in rotation, term by term. Yeah, I mean there again, you know. I mean, weirdly, in secondary school, we were given the choice, woodwork, metalwork. I loved woodwork. But another one of those stupid things, at the time when so all the bullies, the people I hated, did woodwork. I should have done woodwork, because in later years I became a bit of a woodworker. I love working with wood. The number of stud walls and pieces of furniture, and I've done loads of it. But I did metal work. So and then when I left school, I joined a metalworking company. I mean, I didn't stay there very long. I joined what was then the post office. That's now BT. But yeah, woodworking. Once again, it's a bit like geography, history, isn't it? You know, it's how many people are going to go on from secondary school and use woodworking or metalworking. I suppose it develops a practical brain. So I suppose you could use that and go on and maybe become a plumber or an electrician. You know, it's trades. Suppose you know, it's loose, but I suppose you can see that. But yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. This stream should be accompanied by Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. Oh, Pink Floyd, come on now, Mike. You're talking about an amazing band there, Pink Floyd. Socrates, I've subscribed. Absolutely brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. I'm looking at 1600 now. I'm on 1594. So the next target is 1600. But I did a stream, was it last week? And I think I put 4 subs on. But I threw my toys out of the pram at the end of the stream, and I lost all the 4. I think people just thought I was a loony. So I'm not a loony. It's just me. I'm very passionate. I'm Greek. I have no idea what that holiday is. Watched City pass. Halfway in pass. I know, Jason. I know. Major Van Gaal and Cruyff, but he's definitely more Van Gaal. Shall we get this game played? That might be useful. Been on nearly an hour, played one game. Right, okay. So apart from Biscoff McFlurries, it's not really been food related tonight, has it? Pink Floyd is the best band ever, better than the Beatles. I went to see, I've never seen Pink Floyd. I mean, I've seen a lot of bands live, never saw Pink Floyd live, but I saw the, what are they called? Is it the Pink Floyd Experience? It was in Liverpool at the Echo Arena, and it was absolutely chocker. And my God, were they good. They were fantastic. Even better than the Beatles. I'm actually been to the UK's largest record store today, funnily enough. Still buying them. It's a lifetime love affair. Yeah, it's... So, I went to my daughter's last night, and so my youngest granddaughter is... Well, both my granddaughters are getting into vinyl records, which is weird. I do a video every year of like the family's year and everything, and I'd finished was it last year's or the years before, I can't remember now, but Christmas comes along, and so my eldest granddaughter, she's out opening a present, and I'm sat there watching, and I thought, that looks like a vinyl record, surely not. She opens it up, what's the story, Morning Glory, Oasis, and I'm like, you're having a laugh. Really? My God. So, of course, it's like... Yeah, and then my youngest granddaughter, she's big into Olivia Rodrigo. So she's got all the albums. But our mum bought her a record player for Christmas. And it's never really worked very well. So I said to her, I'll give it to me, I'll take it home and see if I can... But she's got a load of vinyl albums, and she can't play them because I think it jumps and wobbles or something. I don't know. The problem is now with these newfangled record players, they don't have a full turntable on them, do they? They have a smaller turntable, so it gives that chance for the record to start wobbling and moving. And whereas the turntable, well, I had a few turntables, but the turntable that I had was a big substantial thing. You know, you put your record on, and it lay flat. It was a very solid turntable. Even the arm was quite a meaty thing. These days, you know, you could, they're so lightweight. It's a bit bonkers, really, but. Jason, talking of Mark Gay should defend it like a lemon. Yeah, I know. I mean, not far from me. I mean, Knowsley. Right, okay. I've been to Safari Park there. Mark Gay should be investigated for gambling in games after that back pass. That's unfair to lemons, Mike. Oasis, now you're talking. Yeah, definitely, Stevie. Definitely. Absolutely. Okay, so we are winning 1-0. Musiala scored there. Depends on the brand. I'm remembering not the 9 o'clock news sketch about the guy who goes in to buy a gramophone. Oh, I mean, like some of the I mean, like the Four Candles sketch. They just, you know, when they were making that, I wonder if they ever realised that would. Yes, it's like anything, I suppose. I mean, some of the Beatles songs, in fact, some of the greatest songs that were ever composed, did they realise at the time that they would still be being looked at years later and loved? Sorry about that. Yeah, I think my capture card. I need to write it down and make a note. I need a new capture card, and then I go off screen and forget. Sainsbury's have posted it on their Instagram. A bottle of water with a city badge wrapped round it. Yeah, I mean, you just can't. There's no defending it, is there really? They were an absolute shambles. Absolute shambles. Because you see, what Guardiola will never, ever, ever, ever do until the day he dies, he will never close a game down. It will still be a high line as possible. Okay, we're winning 1-0, but we're not going to defend it. High line. Are we going to bring extra defenders on? No, no, no. We're just going to have high line and just keep pushing and pushing. You're going to get hit on the break. It's fine. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. No, it's not. You need to play Guardiola's style of football. You need a special brand of football and a special team. And we've had that. That's why we've been successful. We don't have it now. And I don't know. You remember the Dudley Moore Peter Cook sketch? Enjoying that sandwich. Yeah, I know. Archon Everton, they're a good side. I mean, hold on a minute. Let me just pause this. So Jason said they're a bit harsh on Everton. They're a good side. Okay, I might be speaking here with my blue tinted specs on, but I feel like in that game we had the first half sewn up, we're winning 1-0. We'd not been amazing, but we were comfortable. I think they came out in the second half and said, right, Everton, there's 3-1 here for you. Do you want it? Do you want 3-1? Because we're gonna bloody give it to you, you know. And we just gave it to them. I don't think they're that good. And certainly they shouldn't be getting... We scored 3 goals away from home there. That should be enough to beat a team like Everton. Keep a clean sheet. Should be enough to beat them. Long lost save update. I've signed 34-year-old Holder free to be the new Barcelona side. 18 pace at the age of 34. It's bonkers, isn't it? Good team, Everton. Strong team. I'll get my coat. Yeah, I mean, I'm not here to. We're all entitled to our opinions, but some of our play this season, it's like the Leverkusen game, just suicidal stuff. You know, nobody in there to like say, right, lads, we're not playing well, grab them all by the scruff of the neck, give them a good shaking, and say, right, this is not good enough. That blue shirt you're wearing, that was world champions a couple of seasons ago. This is not good enough. Sort your bloody selves out and get that bloody ball and use it. And stop giving it away and slipping over. Oh, makes me bloody mad. Thinking about that game, it makes me absolutely, I'm hopping mad. They're doing a bit time wasting. Maybe it's time to catch them on the break while they're up here. They are not good enough for a top 4 finish. They're extremely good by traditional Everton standards. Yeah, I know. Dave Higson was ledgering a Bolton figure. Who, what? I think City's main issue is the lack of energy into them, and now maybe should go to Thompson's and not buying Donnarumma as he's done. I know. It's a weird situation at the moment at City. It's really weird. Donnarumma should never have been bought. James Trafford is going to be a very, very, very good top keeper. So Donnarumma should be in goal. And you're right, you know, centre mid. But we need to stop playing with this, you know, when you've got the players to do it, to be able to hold on the ball and never lose it. David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Yaya Toure. We've had some great midfielders who would never lose the ball. Not like the ones that we've got now. So Guardiola, I mean, what can you say? He should have the knowledge to say, right, these players are not quite good enough to play what I'm doing. So let's drop back a little bit. Let's protect the defence a bit more. But no, we'll have the centre. I mean, the opposition teams virtually have 3/4 of a pitch to run into. So all they need to do, and it's been like this for ages, they just need to have 2 quick players on the edge of the penalty area. And when they win the ball back, which they always do, because when you've got a packed penalty area and you're trying to feed the ball through the eye of a needle, it's going to hit people on the back of the head or the backside or their ankle, and it spins off, and then those players are on the bike. They've gone. Quick players in behind us, done. You know, it's I don't know. Should become a real life City manager. I don't know about that. City, they're going to be good, you know, sadly. You really don't, Socrates. Okay, fine. Top 4 with Doku, Semenyo, Haaland, Cherky is set. Apart from Rodri, everything else needs work. Yeah. I mean, the jury's out on Semenyo at the moment. But then we are playing him differently to the way that he played at his previous club. So, anyway, let's have a look here. So all my attacking mids here, and I know what I've done wrong here. I've not had a look to see if anybody else needs bringing on. Right, we'll bring Mastoris on again, and he can drop in there. In fact, have we got... We've got Eichhorn as well, haven't we? Right, let's bring Eichhorn on. We're going to have to do something a bit weird here because I've not really got the players on the bench. And I've not put Tap on again. Right, I need to concentrate on the game a bit now because I'm playing a very poor game here. Right, okay. Let's bring Leone on in centre back there. Right, let's do the... Right, I do need to concentrate on this for a minute now because I'm not playing a very good game here. Martinelli there, Eichhorn there, Pavlovic, she's there. Boom. Right. So I just need to keep my eye on this for a second now because I'm actually not concentrating. Right, come on. Let's get this game done, and then I need to sort that subs bench out properly. Thought likes of McAtee would have kicked on and broken at the team. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird one. I mean, he's got the Forest, hasn't he? And he never plays there. I mean, there are rumours that that Rico Lewis is going to go to Forest, maybe as a make weight for Anderson. But I mean, if Rico Lewis goes there, he probably won't get any game time. No, not Bolton. No, I think honestly, the 3 goals in League One who are better than him. Teams don't look at them though. It's weird, that, isn't it? Weird. Do you buying players on here? You add clauses, etc., or just the fee? Never use clauses, Cameron. Never use clauses. They've equal. They've got a goal there. Should we just drop down to a cautious mentality? No, I never use clauses. Never use them. The thing for me is that generally in Football Manager, I generally do like journeyman saves. So I'm never really at a club long enough to do like, you know, sell on clauses and buyback clauses. I'm never there really long enough. So it doesn't really interest me doing clauses. Go on, Martinelli. Can we get another one here? Or are we going to do a Manchester City? Oh, that's pinged. No, high up. Boom. If anybody has just joined the live stream, we are playing the console version of Football Manager 2026 and I'm managing Bayern Munich. If there is anybody in the live stream who has not subscribed, could you please subscribe? It really helps the channel along, and hit the notification bell because I do have standalone saves going up as well, Tuesday and Thursday. At the moment that's Chelsea and Spurs. And give me a like, come in the chat and say hello. Nobody bites here. Right, so we won that one 2-0, 2-1. We are going to say we're delighted. Right, I need to sort this subs bench out now because I'm as a manager of Bayern Munich here, I'm failing very badly. Not in the scores, but I'm not doing the best on the pitch. Let's have a look. Okay, 31st we're playing Dortmund in the Bundesliga, and then we've got Ferencváros 28, so we can get a couple of days in there. Let me just try and sort this out because Tape is not getting a game, is he? What am I doing here? Resting players, 2 days. Right, let's go into here. Right, is he? No, he's not. He's sat there outside of the bench. That is very, very, very poor, that. Right, so I've got Fernandez and Hernandez on the bench. 2.5. Probably going to end up a 3. Hernandez, 2. Right, okay, then we'll do Hernandez, I think. Let's bring Tape in there. I think it's Tape, is it? It's not Tape, because there's no accent on the E. Brown, see, Brown's back as well. Oh my God, playing a very, very bad game here. What am I doing? Aichhorn, I am trying to sell. So we'll do that. I mean, do we bring Brown in for this next game and try and get him up to speed? Or do we stick with Diouf? I mean, I'd like to have 2 fit left fullbacks, so... Actually, Fort is the... I'm getting him mixed up. Fort and Tape. It's Forte. He's the ex-Barcelona lad, isn't he? Dio. Dio should be in there as well to give me an option at attacking mid. Who can I bring off? Difficult one, that one. Let's bring him on for Bomb for now. Bad clash of heads. The Chelsea game, or was there really? I won the domestic treble with Barcelona my first season, of course. Then I lost the Champions League 3-1 after holding 3 shots on target in total. Nightmare, isn't it, Mike? Corey Adai and Sam Tickle, all very good keepers. Sam Tickle, yeah. George Wickens in Edson's assist record, for example. Did he really? Doesn't tend to happen an awful lot that these days, does it really? You know, like going back, I mean, Liverpool were very good at it, weren't they? You know, going back to like the 80s and whatever. And they used to dip into the lower leagues and bring players through. Don't happen that much these days. The ultimate FM save signing, Hector Fort. Right, yeah. I think I'm getting Fort and Tate mixed up, actually. It's the trouble with, I'm managing 3 teams in Football Manager. Supposedly stuck down the rotation depth chart. Yeah, he's injured at the moment, Shabozlai. Make sure there's a blank player. He's central to how Liverpool play. I'd have him at City. I'd definitely have him at City. Arsenal winning 1-0 at half time. Right, I think I'm quite happy with that. Let's give that a save now. So I've done a little bit of juggling around there. Right, let's move it on. It's really rare for players to grow through the leagues. Jamie Vardy is the great example of Ian Rush. Also Neville Southall. Yeah, Southall. Yeah, I mean the first place, like the top teams look now, is abroad, isn't it? They don't look in the lower leagues very often now. But I don't know whether that's because of what the football has changed a lot, hasn't it? You know, football has become a lot more technical now, and the European clubs and South American clubs as well, they tend to bring through more technical players than the lower leagues in this country. I mean, I'm not saying we shouldn't look in the lower leagues, but I mean, I see it because my grandsons play football, grassroots football, and it's the backup and the help for them is just not there at all. It's just not there, and it's poor. I went out with my grandson and my son to the local park on Saturday, and he's learnt to ride his bike now, so we took him out there. But the piece of grass that is there as part of the park, we've actually played on that. My grandsons have played on it because the local team, we played them. So basically on a match day, it's volunteers come in, build the goalposts, mark the pitch out. This is 11-year-old football in this country where we're trying to bring players through. And when we played on that pitch, it was a mud patch. Absolute mud. The drainage. Well, there is no drainage on. It's just a patch of grass. You know. I said to my son, no wonder countries like Spain and Brazil, and they've got the nice weather, they've got the infrastructure. They put money into it, grassroots football. No wonder they come through with all of these really good players. Yeah, Ian Rush, yeah, they do, and there's some quality players, but it's the English tax foreign players are cheaper. Yeah, that's another really good point, mate. Another good point. I don't think that's true, really. We do produce technical players, we just don't know how to manage them right. Nick Powell's a great example. That really should have 100 caps for England, but he's at Stockport County. I mean, do you think then, because I mean, there was a time, like going back to the 1980s or thereabouts, most of the Premier League or First Division managers then were English, weren't they? And I think as an English manager, you're more likely to look for English players in the lower leagues. Whereas, how many English players do we have in the Premier League now? Most of them are foreign managers. So they're going to look to maybe their own country or, Italy, Spain, Germany, whatever. I don't know whether that's a factor in it. I'm not sure. Okay, so that was a DFB Pokal game, wasn't it? And that should have been an easy game, and actually wasn't. And I don't think I've put any rest period in, have I? Don't think I've put a rest period in. 27th, 31st. Or I might have done, actually. We're playing them today, aren't we? No, I didn't. I'm not concentrating enough. Okay. So I think we've got... Oh, it's Mönchengladbach. It's not Dortmund we're playing now. And then we've got Ferencváros in the Europa League. Brazil produce a ton of players because for many footballers the only ticket out of poverty. Oh, I mean, there's lots of other factors, isn't there, Mike? What I'm saying here is a very basic view of the thing, but there are lots of factors. I've got an idea for a video for this, and there's a lot in this. Charlie Hughes the union involved. Ultimately set football back 30 years. Right. Okay, 7 million TV rights, 2.31 million TV rights. Let's give it a save. I don't know whether I've saved it yet. Really high structured clubs hold trials 4 times a week there. Nobody is any good and not known about. I mean, it's like I say, watching my grandsons play has been a real eye-opener for me. It's like I say, I'm the photographer, videographer for the club. So my first job when I get to a game, I usually get there a bit early. My first job is to go and have a word with the opposing manager, shake his hand, introduce myself, and then say, obviously, you've got safeguarding with children and stuff, and say to him, look, I'm the videographer for this team. Is it all right? Are you okay? And most of these clubs these days, whether it be dancing or whatever it is, that the parents sign disclaimers so that they will be on camera, they will be photographed, etc. I think I've only ever had one manager who's said, look, it's a friendly today, I've got some trialists in, and they've not signed the disclaimer, so I'm going to say it probably is okay, but I'm going to say no, and that's fine, but most of them say yeah. Anyway, that's not the point. So I remember a few months ago, it was an away game, so I got there a bit early. It was just a piece of grass, and the manager had turned up early, so he was putting the goals together and marking the pitch out. And we have barriers now, so the managers have to stand behind a barrier, the spectators stand behind a barrier. It's all part of the rules and regulations for the level that we're at. But so he was putting the barrier together, and basically it's just like a stanchion with a rope through it, and a good half of them were broken. He couldn't actually put it together properly, and he looked at me and he said, this is the state of grassroots football in this country. And I've seen it so many times. You go and play a game and the goals have got a dip in, the crossbar's got a dip in it like that. And you're like, why are we not putting money into grassroots football? It's just mad. Um, he's going to believe that you had a better chance of scoring goals with 5 passes or less. Hard cases on premises. Premise exactly because almost every Brazilian kid and their parents is dreaming about becoming a professional footballer. Easier to produce talent and organise the process if the interest is that high. And it was called the winning formula. What coaches and managers misinterpret it as being a long ball. So youth systems look for a big clog who play a bit. I mean, it's very interesting. You know, it's I mean, obviously, you know, I've learned a lot doing this live stream, not just about Football Manager, but you know, things that are relevant to football. I really don't know what to do down that left hand side, you know, because Diouf, he's had 6 assists, 7.62. I think I'm going to put Diouf back in there, you know. I'm going to put him back in. Why change a winning formula? There's only Shishon who's got an average rating below 7. And generally defends, although Pavlovic is doing all right. 7.24. Right, okay, let's give that a save. And let's get this Young, Matas, Mane, expected to rescue Wolves at 18, too much pressure. You'll recall Glenn Hoddle now is seen as a luxury player. Yeah. Right, okay. Much and glad back. Can we get another win here? If you have just joined the live stream, we are playing the console version of Football Manager 2026, and I am managing Bayern Munich. If there's anybody who's not subscribed, if you'd like to subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing. I'm looking for 1,600 subscribers. I only need another 6 to get 1,600. Obviously, the big target is 2,000, but that's down the line a little bit. But yeah, subscribing to the channel helps it immensely. Hit the notification bell and give me a like. All helps the channel no end. Right, okay. Oh, lost the ball there. Not good. Kick him. Oh, that's a good ball. It's gone a bit wide with it. Whoa. Yeah, the big story is that's come out is that Guardiola is leaving at the end of the season, and the name there's only one name apparently, and it's this Enzo Maresca, and I don't know what's going on there. I'm not sure. Bastian scored again. It happened throughout his career. Was suspicious passing the ball. Yeah, the problem is Guardiola has taken that to the nth degree. He just wants to pass the ball to death, and most teams now have sussed it out. Most teams can beat the system, and I think to play that system in today's game, you do need quality players. We don't have them at the moment. Oh, nice take, Mora. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Down the wing. That's the one. Go on, Elise, lad. Go on. He's got 2 on him. In the box. Oh, very near. Maresca is a student of Pep. That's my worry. Yeah. You'd have thought Company would be a future manager. I think down the line, I think that will happen. I think Company will come back. But at the moment, the thought process is that Enzo Maresca is not a top-line manager, but he's going to come in, hold the fort until Company is available. That's the thought process at the moment. I think you should hire Mourinho with Guardiola's blessing, of course. Mourinho, he's a nutcase. I don't really want him anywhere near my club. I tell you who I would have. I'd have Jurgen Klopp. Absolutely hated him when he was Liverpool manager, but that was only because he was managing them lot. I mean, I'd have him tomorrow at City. Jurgen Klopp. He gets playing Jurgen Klopp. Sod all his pass off. Thing is, he's so far from Kroos. It's a bit of a weird one. Fabregas looks a good coach. Did I read it right? Has Fabregas gone to Chelsea? Did I read that right, or was that have I made that up? Has Fabregas gone to Chelsea? Okay, 2-0. That was really poor defending, that, wasn't it? Fabregas is co-owner of Como. He's going nowhere. Right, okay then. Who's managing Chelsea at the moment then? Because they got done again yesterday, didn't they, at home by Forest? He's co-owner of Como. It's a bit of a weird thing to do, isn't it, really? To, like, you know, nail your colours to a mast like that, where he's not really got much option then to further his management career, has he, really? Football has gone a bit bonkers this season, hasn't it? Without a shadow of a doubt. Fabregas is probably staying for now. He has a good situation at Como, but eventually I'll bet he goes to Chelsea or Arsenal. I wouldn't at all be surprised now if Arsenal don't do a 1-0 in the Champions League final and do the double this season. Wouldn't be at all surprised. Well, it would be great at City. Yeah, I mean, I can probably name half a dozen managers who would hit the tip of your tongue before Enzo Maresca. I just think it's a really, unless they are thinking, right, he's been moulded by Pep. He'll play the same kind of football, and that football has been successful for us. Maybe that's the thought process. I don't know. Well, that's poor. Well, we are winning 4-0. Football is bonkers. Imagine West Ham beat them. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to do, are they? But to be honest, they need to do something at West Ham. If they don't get a result against Arsenal, I reckon they're down. Because I think Spurs now have realised, and they've got a new manager, and he's pushing them. And I think they're going to be safe now. It's up to West Ham now to do something. And even then, they're going to need snookers, aren't they? So, red card coming out. Yep. Or Ancelotti if he gets sacked by Brazil. Yeah, I think it is pretty nailed on though. I honestly feel like we are waiting for Vincent Kompany now. I think we're waiting for him to finish his time at Bayern Munich, and then he will come back. And probably something like Zabaleta as his assistant or something. But of course, Vincent Kompany is at the moment he's riding a wave, so he's not going to leave Bayern. And I do feel like Maresca is probably a bit of a stopgap, which is weird because, you know, on the one hand, it kind of is maybe a bit logical, but that disrespects the fans so much. Because if we're going for a stopgap manager until Kompany comes available, that might be what we're going to give him, Maresca, two season contract. We might win nothing under him, and the money these fans are paying, the travelling fans are paying, and the expectation. I mean, I'm not saying Maresca won't win anything. I don't know, but. Darren Ferguson at Leicester City. I know Kompany's assistant legend, but why would he ever leave Bayern? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's but I mean, when he was at City, I watched a lot of the videos that were made of his home life and his life around football, and he absolutely loves Manchester City to bits. He absolutely loves them. I think he would come back, but then, you know, he's obviously becoming a bit, well, I won't say a legend at Bayern, but right, Mora's having a bit of a bad game. Shall we make a bit of a change here? Let's bring Martinelli on for Mora. Let's give him a bit of a run. Oh, Darren Ferguson, my God. And, you know, I don't think... I don't know whether I'm that fussed who we have as manager next, but I want to see a different style of football. That's what I want. I've never been a Pep out person. I've never been, right, that's rubbish, Pep out. I mean, there were a few people today, Pep out, he's done this wrong, he's done that wrong, done the other wrong. But I've never been a Pep out person. But I want to see a different brand of football. I really, really want to see something a bit more energetic, a bit more lively, you know, a bit more dynamic. You know, can we please have something more like a Jurgen Klopp style of football? I would love to see that, but I don't know. Might as well get Paul Cook, the only manager who's got a winning record against Pep, plus 6 different voices in a post-match interview. Oh dear, dear, dear. Is that going in? It is going in. Oh, we're having one of them bonkers games now. We're winning this 4-0. And let's drop to cautious, I think. So it's now 4-2. We're having one of those bonkers games. We've had 17 shots, 13 on target. I mean, you get them, don't you, now and again? Well, sometimes it's more than now and again. Football Manager can be an absolutely stupid game sometimes. Nice. Go on, Musiala. Lovely ball. Martinelli at the post. There we go. Sometimes all you need is a manager who allows players to play their like Carrick is doing at United. Yeah, I mean, there is a lot to be said for that. A lot to be said. Right, okay. I think we are going to do the centre backs again. I think Leone, Palmer. In fact, we'll change the back four. I think Brown. Change the back four. I think it's starting to meet us a little bit, this gegenpress, isn't it? We're getting a little bit tired now. So a little bit worried that this lead could disappear here because Martinelli's just hit the post. And that can sometimes be Football Manager way of telling you that... well, Lee says in. Oh, it's in the back and then that's fine. Carrick is a great example. A technical player, we can... Yeah, we do have them, yeah. Got to admit, what in the hell was Amarin thinking of not playing Mainu? But that's what managers do, isn't it? You know, they have their favourite players, and you know, we've seen it with Guardiola. He has his favourite players, and whether they're playing well or not, or whether they're too old or not, he will keep on playing them. Crossbar. Here's what will actually happen. Slot gets sacked. Xabi Alonso goes to Liverpool, and then Slot is hired by City. There's the door, Mike. Yep. Don't slam it when you're on your way out. I don't want Slot as City manager. He wouldn't come to us anyway, would he? I think there is a master plan at City, and obviously you never get to know these things, do you? But I think if they're going for Maresca, they've obviously got a big name in mind who's not available at the moment. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Slot loves Gakpo. Letitia, Sinton, Kevin, all good technical players who didn't play much at all for England. Right, okay, we won that 5-3. That's good. Right, I need to try and get as many rest days here in as I possibly can. Right, what have we got here? The 4th. We can get a couple of days in there, can't we? Right, we've got Europa League now. Let's see whether we can carry on our run in the Europa League. Rest players, 2 days. If you have just joined the live stream, we are playing the console version of Football Manager 2026, and I am managing Bayern Munich. Let's just have a look at the club debts now. 98 million in the red. But if we can win the Bundesliga, that's like 58 million, isn't it? So any recent representative players who would be up for the job of holding down until a world-class manager becomes available? I don't know really. I mean, I did see an interview with Yaya Toure the other day. That was a very interesting interview. And he's been like an assistant manager and whatever. But he was saying like, I feel like now's the time for me. But to bring in I mean, obviously we know him, and he was an amazing midfield player, but that doesn't always translate into being a great manager. Because I was thinking maybe when I was listening to the interview, I thought Vincent Kompany, Yaya Toure combo, that would be all right, wouldn't it? But then he was saying he wants to have a management position next. Martin has similar constant trans skills. I'm going to encourage Martinelli's expressionism. I'm going to be the complete 180 of Guardiola. I'm going to say, go on, Martinelli. You do your thing, lad. Go on. Don't let any doubters put you off, mate. You show your skills. And straight away he gets injured. Right, okay. He's out for 2 months now. Okay. Mastros, he's out as well. Great. Craig Vieira. I don't think we're going to get a chance to make have a Parliament City fans. I think it's going to be Maresca. I think there is a grand plan going on. I think they'll give him a contract for like 2 years with the knowledge that as soon as, somebody becomes available who they've got their eye on, then I don't know. I mean, even Guardiola, to be honest, I suppose if you're going to go for Kompany, maybe keep Guardiola on to finish his contract. That's like the end of next season. And then try for Kompany. That might be the best bet. But then we've got another season of pass, high line, watch the ball in behind. No, we don't worry about the ball in behind. Don't worry about that. Don't encourage Martinelli. He'll start pushing injured players again. That's my Chelsea. Why would you sacked him? He was apparently making it clear he wanted to go to City or Juventus. I mean, there's been lots. The one thing I read the other day about Maresca was that when he was at Chelsea, they basically wanted him to. They were forcing him to play players so that they could get in the shop window and they could move them on and make some money out of them. But there are lots of rumours around. I mean. Hoping to get Portsmouth up first season in. I hope you do, Cameron. I hope you do. Are you still playing long ball, or are you doing something a bit different? Is this Shishon not? He's got 5-star potential. Well, I think he has moved up half a star, hasn't he? I think. Right, we'll go with this. Europa League. We'll go with this. Let's give it a save. Martinelli's injured. Of course he's injured. Of course he is. Right, who can we bring in for him? Szoboszlai is injured as well. Right, we're going to have to take him out of the team then. Martinelli, gone. Let's just make sure I've not... Musiala drops. Shishon. Diouf. Bastian. Right, okay, let's go to the match. So new went vertical tiki-taka. Doing me well so far. I tell you what, doing these live streams, time goes so bloody quickly. I've been an hour and 50 minutes. Absolutely bonkers. I don't know where the time goes when I'm doing these. It's literally ridiculous. Oh, nice little touch. Oh, lovely touch. Go on, Elise, lad. Give it to Bastian. Oh. That's something they've changed from FM24. FM24, then, that defender would have headed it forward and it would have ended up with an opposition player. What a ball. He's offside there, Bastian. Oh, it's in the keeper's arms. First in the table, 1 point clear of second and 5 points clear of third. Nice. I think you deserve a bit of success, Cameron. Next thing you'll be telling us you won the Champions League 3 seasons on the trot. Oh, dear me, that was like slow motion. There's only 3 minutes on the clock. I can't see that changing too much. You've in the back of the net. Nice. Nice. I was going to start changing things then, but I don't think I need to now. I wish never in a million years. You'll be surprised, Cameron. You will get there. Having the right blend of players as well is really important. I've found that in the Spurs save. Oh. Haaland is my new Barcelona target forward. We're going for the Champions League next year. So you're still playing long ball, Mike. Mind you, to be fair, you know, if City played long ball with Haaland up front, we'd score twice as many goals as we do. I mean, the goal that he scored yesterday was like a lovely pass, wasn't it? But it was like a long ball pass right in front of him and he ran onto it and scored a goal. But it's... I mean, you piece together things that Guardiola says and you get the gist of what he doesn't like. Cherky. He doesn't like the flicks and the tricks and whatever. He doesn't like the long ball because it's not beautiful football, is it? He doesn't like shooting from distance because that's not really beautiful football either. He basically wants to pass the ball 100 times and then tap the ball in at the far post. And that's his favourite goal. Which obviously, as I've said before, is fine when you've got the right players to do it. At the moment, we don't have those players, so... Haaland still 18 jumping reach and 18 pace. He'll do fine playing long ball, yeah. I know, I said on the Chelsea save, because obviously that's a journeyman, I'm well into that now, and I played Arsenal. I think Declan Rice is something like 36 in game. And he did a run like a spring chicken. It's like he was 18. He did a run up the pitch and I'm like, oh my God. You know, this is like a 36-year-old. It's a bit unrealistic, isn't it, really? When I say a bit, it's a lot unrealistic. That was very poor, that Elise. Very, very poor indeed. That was better from Fort, though. I like it. Go on, get down that side. Ball in the box, hit the post. Played Pavlovic, nice. I'm actually going to go positive, I think. See if we can nick that third. Oh, you're joking me. You're joking me. That could be very, very bad, that. That looks a bad injury, that. That looks a bad injury. You're joking me. Go on, Doof. Good anticipation, mate. Well, this is a little bit of a underwhelming performance, I think. Let's put it that way. And we've scored all our goals in Bundesliga. Nice ball, Musiala. Get the bat signal out for Z-Mash. Oh my God, Z-Mash, he's going to be a bit of a hero of FM26, isn't he, Z-Mash? No penalty. There never are those. I mean, I do have two other strikers, but they're not as good as Bastian. We're just going to have to see now whether or not he scores goals. I tell you, he turned out really good in the Spurs save for me. I took him on loan from Chelsea. Was he called? What was he called? Was it Scipione or something like that? Got him on. I took him on loan. He was very, very good. I'm sure it was Scipione. I don't think I've got the... Okay, let's make some... let's stop faffing around and let's make some changes. Right, Mastros can drop in there. Eichhorn can come in there. Diao can come in up top. Mora's not had a great game, has he? And let's get some more fitness into Brown. Barcelona's ridiculous. I spent 300 million on transfer this summer. I still have 750 million in the bank. Oh my God. Diogo playing with Bayern on the Europa League. Well, so to cut the story short, Diogo, I was managing Schalke and got them into the Bundesliga, doing all right, and then out of the blue, Bayern Munich came in for me, and it turned out that Vincent Kompany had been manager, only got them a 6th place finish, so they came in for me, sacked Kompany, but of course we're not in the Champions League, we're only in the Europa League. That's why Kompany got sacked. So yeah, that's the story in a nutshell. I mean, in theory, we should walk the Europa League, but it's Football Manager. Who knows? I've just lost my best striker. I think he's probably going to be out for a couple of months. So Bastian is a very, very big loss. And I don't know whether Fernandez or Hernandez can fill his shoes, really. I'm not sure. We're going to have a look at that one. Missed it. You bought Debast, Diamande and more. I did, Diogo, yeah. Yeah, Diamande and Debast at the back have been absolutely awesome for us. Yeah, but Mora, cracking player. Cracking player. Right, this is a bit worrying, this. This is a bit worrying. Are we going to drop points here now? Oh, no, they're not. They've just given the ball to Brown. okay. Just play it to a black shirt now. It's a free kick. Should have the 3 points there. Good. Okay. Right, delighted about that one. So we should be top of the league, I think. I don't think we've lost a game in the Europa. Yeah, we are. We played 4 games, 12 points. Leipzig have done the same. Right, okay. Right, okay. Address injury. I daren't look, to be honest. 3 weeks. That's not too bad. 3 weeks is not too bad. Right, Chelsea are looking at him. He's on 180k. But it looks like we don't have a buyout clause for him, do we not? No, we don't. And what's his in-game value? 90 mil. Right, we're going to offer him a new contract. 225, right. We want a minimum fee release clause of 300 million. Let's stop anybody coming in for him because he is a superstar. 5 years, yes terms. Right, that's locked Bastion down. I'm an FC Porto supporter this season. Mora didn't perform well under Farioli. Right, okay. I mean, Mora in... I've had him a couple of times now, and he's a very good player in Football Manager. But then, you know, I mean, a lot of the time it doesn't reflect like real life, does it, to be honest? Right. If anybody has entered the live stream and wonder what the hell's going on, we're playing the console version of Football Manager 2026, and I'm managing Bayern Munich. Right, we've got Stuttgart now on the 7th. I just about managed to get one day in there. Right, I'll just give them one day. So I've got to make a decision now on these strikers. We'll have a look when we get into the match day thing. Big money move for Bastion. Nope, just giving him a new contract. If they want to pay 300 million for him, then we might think about it. Well, the board would. I wouldn't set 300 million for him. He is. He's going to be a superstar, him, if he's not already. 20 goals he scored, 7.62, and we're only in November. Bonfire night. Are we into a bloody international break here? When's the international break kicking in? Bomber's been putting in enough to work on improving his game. What would you like to do? I would say I'd praise him because, you know, anybody who's doing flicks and tricks and working hard to improve the game, he's fine by me. Absolutely fine by me. Fernandez out of Uruguay. Okay, well, it's not surprising because he's not been playing, has he, really? Castro, blah, blah, blah. When is the international break? It's after the Stuttgart game. 3 weeks. Ferrio's system is very physical and more didn't adapt well to it, but in the starting lineup, also who is an absolutely phenomenal player. I mean, we were speaking about this like earlier on about like players and managers and systems, and it is weird, isn't it? You know, when you've got a player like that who is very, very good, but then a manager comes in and doesn't play to his strengths. It's a very, very weird concept. I've not looked at the league for a while. All right, so as well as we're doing, we're still not stretching, are we? We have got a game in hand on Leverkusen. We've got 7 points on Frankfurt and Stuttgart. Potentially, this could be a tricky game, actually. Right, so we're going to have to decide then on a strike here. Who are we going to pick? Fernandez. He's light-hearted, so he likes a bit of a laugh and a joke. 21 years old. 2.5 star with probably only 3 stars of potential. Okay. And then Hernandez is... We're trying to sell him. He's surplus to requirements. 6'3". Hi mate, how are you doing? I don't know how to pronounce your name, so yeah, no idea. 691. I'll call you 691. That's quite easy. I can do numbers. Letters not so much. Numbers. I always came top of my maths class at school. I was topping maths all of the time. So 691. Excellent. Right. I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do. 14 for finishing. And I have got him on the transfer list. I think did I bring Fernandez in? I can't remember now. Very composed, 16 for finishing. It's got a value of 82 mil. Right, I think we're going to put Fernandez up top. Who is the best player in the world? Who is the best player in the world? It is more like Son from Spurs, competitive but not taking things that seriously. Oh, I can't be having that, Mike. I want people to take things seriously. Right, Fernandez can go up top. Can go up top. I've no idea why I did that. Martinelli's still injured. Bomb situation. Szoboszlai's still injured. I mean, we're going to have to bring Hernandez on the bench, aren't we? Zima Shashimura was our best player. Porto were going through a rebuilding phase after getting a new president. What is under the previous one now, though, we're back in the UCL. Yeah, I mean, have I can't remember the I can't remember what we're doing now with Zimash. Have we I mean, dare we sell Zimash for Adobe Buy, I should say. Right, it's only 26. They want 90 million for him. Drop in the ocean. Let's give him a scout. I mean, how good would that be, eh? Bringing Zimash back, bringing Zimash to Bayern Munich, and then the problem is I've got Bastian, so although I mean I could give him games at attacking mid. I've got 3 attacking mid, so right. Let's. Okay, let's have a look. Right, Fort is very tired. Very tired indeed. Right, we're going to have to make some changes for this game. Debast, should say, is very tired, so we're going to have to make some changes here. Who else is tired? Shishon is very tired. Storehouse can come in there. Last year Mora was. I've read that one. By what? Dardison. Who the hell's Dardison? Dardison. How are you spelling that? D-A-D-A-S-O-N. What? What happened there? D-A-D-A-S-O-N. Is it Dardison? Dardison. But it's not coming up. Is it Dardison or Dardis? Oh, he's 33, him. No. Don't know who that is. Right, okay, so I think the team is looking a bit fitter now. Anybody who needs to be on the bench? We could bring Eichhorn on. No, we'll leave it. Club Copenhagen. Right, let's give that a save. New gen coming out in the next years. Right, let's Stuttgart. This will be a tough game, this, because I've had to change the team. It wouldn't at all surprise me if we don't drop points here. We are suffering a little bit here with the Gegenpress and a lot of games, so. Okay, come on, lads. Come on, lads. I've had a couple of shots. That's poor. That's poor. You know what? Throw hold. No, I don't. Oh! Oh! That was a thing of beauty, wasn't it? Huh? That was a thing of beauty. Diouf. I mean, look at this. This is... Oh, what? Oh, little flicks and tricks from Diouf. And then wallop. Have a load of that. Beautiful. Like it. Like it a lot. I mean, if I'm going to bring a striker in, it's got to be Zimash, because it just has. I mean, he's followed me around in this live stream, so we'll give him a scout and see what he comes out like. Like I say, I'm a little bit worried about Debas though, so bring Zimash in really. I mean, Zimash is a bit too good to be a backup to Bastian, isn't he, really? Okay. I think we're actually suffering a bit here now with fatigue, aren't we? May attacking mid there on the right, is that? It's Musiala. Musiala looking very tired. In fact, those three now my team's looking very, very tired now. It's catching up with us now, this. He's a good player, that Mastoras. At the moment, not getting enough game time, really. You going to hit that? Some nice football here. Oh, lucky. Arsenal into the Champions League final. Oh, of course, Stevie. I wonder what you were talking about before. Right, okay, right, fine. They're on a roll, aren't they now? That was a very, very important... I forgot they were playing, to be honest. With the Bank Holiday Monday, my days are all mixed up. I wonder what you were saying when you were saying that, Stevie. Yeah, that's very important then for Arsenal. I forgot they were playing tonight. For momentum, that is very, very important. They'll go on and win the Premier League now. There's no doubt about it. I mean, good luck to them. Good luck to them. I'd rather it be them than Liverpool or United, so good luck to them. Right, Musiala and Moura are going to have to come off. What positions can he play? He can play in midfield, Brown. Right, Brown's going to come on and he's going to play in midfield. I think we're going to drop him back now, 3 DMs. Let's go. No, because they were in our league. Shocking team. Come on, PSG or Bayern. Right. What else am I going to do here now? Should we do that and go 2 up top and just drop Elise in there? I'm really struggling here now for Brown in there. There's okay, right. Let's confirm those changes. Right, so we've got a fairly fit team there going out second half. It's going to be tough, this. I always knew it was going to be tough, but the injuries and tiredness are not helping us here at all. I mean, do we even drop into a cautious mentality to try and preserve what we've got? Pardo, there's a good name for any City fans. Great. 1-1. I knew it was going to be a tough game, this. Knew it was going to be tough. I mean, we might have to go positive now. Demand more. Oh, Arsenal fans will be on cloud nine now, won't they? After yesterday's result for City, which was, if I wasn't a City fan, I'd be laughing my socks off now. If I was Arsenal fans, the top of the league, we screwed up massively, and now they're in the Champions League final. They must be absolutely on cloud nine. Right, who else can we... I think we'll bring Baum in there. DMs are looking quite tired, aren't they? Shishon come in for Pavlovic. 59 minutes, a bit early really to be making 5 changes. Generally, if you do it at this stage of the game, that's a signal for Football Manager to chuck you an added injury that you don't need. I mean, I wouldn't have thought Arsenal were capable of beating PSG or Bayern Munich, but then again, in a one-off game. I mean, we saw that in the City game, didn't we? You know, it's like that one-off game there, and Everton miraculously score 3 goals. We absolutely lose the plot in the second half, which was just weird. But these things can happen, you know. It's what's gone in the back of the net. So we are winning 2-1 now. Let's just drop back to balanced. They have actually only had 1 shot on target in this game. Well, we have stepped it up a bit. 16 shots, 5 on target. They've had more possession than we've had. Right, let's make that last change. Let's bring Fort on at right back. Where is the Champions League final list set this year? Right, we got a win against Stuttgart. Okay. Now we've got a spell now, haven't we, of it's internationals now. It is internationals. Let's have a look. Yeah, till the 20th. Right, okay. We're gonna give the squad a week off. Obviously, some of them will be away on international duty, but we're going to give them a week off. Go and get your buckets and spades and go and sit on a beach somewhere. If you're not on international duty, just go and sit on a beach somewhere, get a bit of sun, have a bit of rest. It's in Hungary. Okay. Oh, can Uzun. I've got him in my Spurs save. Yeah, Stevie Hungary. Bayern Munich are represented in the best players in the world list. Elise 11th, Chevalier 16th, Martinelli 19th, Debas 24th, Mora 35th, Fort 36th, Tate 37th, Musiala 39th, Bastian. But my word, we have got a lot of players in there. I'm not used to this. Not used to it at all. If anybody has joined the live stream, we are playing the console version of Football Manager 2026. And after having jumped ship from Schalke 04, I'm now managing Bayern Munich, who sacked their manager Vincent Kompany and finished 6th in the Bundesliga. So we are only playing Europa League football this season. But doing okay. We're doing okay. We're in international break now. Anybody in the live stream who've not subscribed to my channel, if you could do, that would help my channel greatly. Hit the notification bell, give me a like, and come in and say hello into the chat. You don't need to, but we're all friendly around here. People will speak to you, and I will speak to you as well. Which doesn't happen an awful lot on many live streams that I watch. Because that obviously they've got a lot more subscribers than I have, so comments tend to go by very quickly and they miss them. I think I've got that sweet spot where I've just got enough subscribers where I can keep an eye on the chat and try and respond to everything, which is quite a nice place to be in. Scout report on Zimash. He's a 3-star player, close to full potential. So he's playing for Fiorentina still. 9 appearances. Only 9 appearances. 6 goals. 6.80. We have got him on the shortlist according to that. I looked before and I couldn't see him. Where is he then? Oh, he's there. Oh, it's maybe because I hadn't scouted him. Okay. I mean, there is a French striker there who's only 66 million. 22-year-old Christophe Perrault. Fairly determined. Quick. Can head a ball. 14 appearances, 5 goals for Rennes. Right, what time is it? I don't want to be on massively late again tonight. I might give it another half an hour. That other day when I was on far too long. So I get too tired and then I start getting, believe it or not, I start getting grumpy and throwing my toys out of the pram. I know, shock, horror. Right, we've got a lot of button clicking to do now to get through a bloody stupid international break. Watch from beginning later. What have I missed? What have you missed, Salad? We scouted Stefanos Zimash. So he's coming through as a 3-star player now. Because Bastian, my superstar striker, he's out injured for 3 weeks. But we are top of the Bundesliga and we're top of the Europa League stage as well. We're doing all right. I mean, results-wise, have been going very, very well. The last game that we had a dodgy result in was Berlin, but that was in the last Union Berlin. But we've done all right tonight. Done all right. My PS5. Go off a weekend. See if I can do any better on the PS5 version than PC. All right, yeah. Yeah, Yeah, well, we booked to go to Centre Parks next year, and I'm kind of wondering whether I should take my PS5 along there. I suppose it's not very sociable, is it? Really taking you. I know my granddaughter's taking a guitar with her, so that'll be a little bit of a distraction. God, I remember when I was teaching her. It was in lockdown, and so she's into baking and she's into playing guitar. And in lockdown, we used to do baking via like a video link, and then she started playing guitar, so I was like showing her chords on a video link. She's a better guitar player than I am now. She's amazing. Yeah, he's not getting much game time. Well, he is 31, Martinelli. Should we give it a save? I've not saved it for a while. PS5 version is a bit easier. Should be fine. Oh, God, I do hate international breaks. They wind me up. Something rotten. The one thing it will do is Bastion should be back fit by the time the international break's finished. Let me just have a look at the condition of my players now. They're all looking okay, aren't they? How's Chevalier doing in goal? Because I've got this problem with what's his face at Spurs, Dennis Simon. I've got it. So he's 18 appearances, 12 conceded, 8 clean sheets, 6.96. That is very good goalkeeping, isn't it? Although to be fair, he is protected by 2 very good centre backs, so that's all got to be taken into consideration as well, hasn't it? Really. Right, okay, let's... have we got any... that's a good point, actually. I've not looked at that for a while. Where are we here? We're looking at clauses. There we go. Have we got any clauses that we can sell? Couple there. All helps, doesn't it? A little bit of money coming in. Joshua Kimmich. A little bit more money coming in. And Julian Hess. It's not a lot, but it helps. Helps a little bit, doesn't it? Really. And he's got another one as well. So close again. Yeah. Right, okay, that's all of them done. Let's give it a save. When do we play our next Europa League game? We need to try and pull away from Leipzig, really. I'd like to finish top of that Europa League. Oh, we're playing Porto. So it's Dortmund next, then Porto, Werder Bremen. I mean, we're not going to get all of these in tonight, I don't think. We've got Karabag and Mould as well. Hey, we've got a game. Right, is Bastion back? No, he's still injured. Should he not be back by now? We've just had a 3-week international break. Right, okay, let's okay, so there are changes to be made here, aren't there? So Fort comes in there. Debast in there. Shishon in there. And then we've got Musiala, Mora, Elise. Right, who we got down here now? Right, Sean, Martinelli injured, Bastion injured. So Bojlai's on a fitness now. So let's try and get him in somewhere. Let's stick him in there. Right, give it a save. Let's get into this game. Dortmund once again. Could be a tricky game for us. But fitness-wise now, we're looking a lot better. So, and they've all had a little holiday. They've all gone off with the buckets and spades and had a week on a beach. Well, most of them have. Do I not like that? Okay, lads, another 3 points here. I mean, ridiculously, with the number of games that we've won, we've still not got a massive gap at the top of the Bundesliga. So any slip-up could see us losing a gap. If anybody has joined the live stream, we are on the we're playing the console version of Football Manager 2026, and I'm managing Bayern Munich. I play on PS5. I do play with the keyboard and mouse, by the way, rather than the controller. There were a few issues with the controller early on. I think they've mostly been fixed now, but I still like to play with the keyboard and mouse. If anybody hasn't subscribed, if you could subscribe to my channel, that would be great. Hit the notification bell and give me a like. And that is far from ideal. Far from ideal. We're 1-0 down after 15 minutes. Okay, let's up this. That is not good at all. Right, come on. What we doing here? What we doing stood behind each other? What's that all about? Oh, they're in again here. Chevalier got some on that. Oh, we're doing nothing here. We've not had a shot on target yet. Maybe that week on the beach wasn't such a good idea. I think they've lost the plot. They've forgotten how to play. I think Dortmund are... whoa, what's Chevalier doing? Whoa, Gordon Bennett. New to the game, never played it as I was always a console player, but enjoying the PS5 version. Yeah, mate, it's I'm enjoying it as well. It's all right. It's okay. Obviously, it's nowhere near as complex as the PC version, but kind of has its bonuses. I wish it was a bit more in depth, if I'm honest. Yes, come on, Musiala. 1-1. Is that going to get allowed? Or is the referee... No, it's allowed that one. It's 1-1. Right, come on. Right, we're going to give them another shout. Demand more. Come on, it's not good enough, this, lads. One shot on target in the whole of the game. It's half an hour on the clock. Defenders are looking quite tired, aren't they? Which is a bit worrying. Whoa, oh, thought he got past him then. Oh, oh no! Oh, what have I just seen there? Football Manager buffoonery at its best. Okay, we're winning 2-1. I mean, what is this? To be fair, it's a, well, we don't need to see that, do we? It got tapped in. I mean, we don't need to see that. That's, you know what? It's a bit of a carbon copy of Gay's disastrous back pass last night. Right, okay. So we've come back. We're winning 2-1 now. Let's just have a look here. Right, okay. So we've got such as with Wrexham, no money, but I'm not doing too bad trying to get used to shifting players around due to injuries, etc. Yeah, it's called curveballs and levels of difficulty, mate. That's what it is. It's I think my new phrase for it is it's basically it's a boss, isn't it? Because Sports Interactive are producing a computer game here, so there are bosses in it, if you will, and the boss is like a penalty decision or a red card or an injury crisis. That's your boss. That, because the only problem with that is that in normal computer games you're allowed to try the boss quite a few times until you get used to it. That's called cheating in Football Manager. Okay, off your soapbox, mate. People are getting bored with it. Right, Leone can come on. And Tape can come on. Right. Okay, a couple of changes at half time. I actually did, unless Debast and what's his face? I've been away on international duty. They may well have been, I suppose. It is what it is, isn't it? Right, let's. We're going to drop back to cautious. Let's just try and hold this now. 4 shots on target, and we've scored 2 of them. Yeah, I must admit, Wrexham's an interesting one. I have kind of considered managing Wrexham myself, but then there's quite a lot of things in Football Manager I would like to do, and you can't do them all. I've still got to do a women's side yet, and that is coming. There's no doubt about it. That is definitely coming. There's the equaliser. I knew it was going to be a difficult game, this one. Right, we're going to have to jump up to positive again. I knew it was coming. Yeah. Right, for some weird reason, we're giving the ball away now. I mean, this Bayern Munich team doesn't give the ball away, does it really? But we are giving the ball away now. Hit the post. Right, I'm not liking this at all. Right, Mora's having a bad game. Let's bring Hernandez on up front. Let's bring another striker on. And we'll bring Mastoris on for Shishan. And Brown can come on for Diouf. Okay, Hernandez in there. Fernandez. Elise. Musiala can drop. Yeah, Mastros. Pavlovic. Wrexham has Ryan Reynolds as chairman. Quick question. Do you mess about with the tactics during the game a lot? Because it's like going down a rabbit hole with all the changes that can be made. It depends. It depends. I mean, like with a team like Bayern Munich, not so much. But some of the teams I've managed, I've literally worked my socks off in game to try and get a result out of it. You know, move players around, try and change the tactic. Go attacking, demand more. You know, even maybe changing the fullbacks to a wing back and then telling them to bomb on more, whip the cross. I've done all of that in game. But I think it depends who you're managing. Sometimes if you're managing a team who are not particularly fancied, you have to work really hard. Whereas with a team like Bayern Munich, in theory, it should be a lot easier because you've got players who can... they've got Kobe Mainu. You've got players who are gifted enough to basically do that for you in game. So yeah, I do sometimes. I work very hard in a game. We've lost this one. I could tell that we were going to lose this. We've not been playing well, have we? Really? The match engine has pretty much shown that, hasn't it? We'll give them a demand more. I don't want to go. I don't normally go attacking. Do we go attacking? The problem is we're not playing particularly well in this game. The defence is... Debast is out of the defence. If I go attacking, we're going to leave ourselves open at the back. Come on, we're going to have to be precise here now. Nah, I see Hernandez there. We've... Well, I think this is going to be the first loss for a long, long time, isn't it? Let's give them another demand more. Oh, and we've got an injury now as well, have we? Oh, okay. Who's injured? Can't see who's injured there. Who's injured? What? What's going on here? Who? I don't know. Who? What is going on? Is somebody injured there? Can anybody see if there's somebody, if somebody's injured? Brown, it's Brown, is it? Right, okay. Okay, let's move him back there. Let's move Musiala back. I mean, we don't want to concede anymore. We're not winning this game now, so... How did you know it was Brown? I couldn't see that at all. I've had that before. It's a bit spurious, this. You know, you don't get a... It's not clear whether you've got an injured player or not. Can we get an equaliser at all? Is that possible? Or we are down to 10 men now, so... Oh! Come on. 3-3. Hernandez. That's the second goal he scored coming on as a sub. 10 minutes. Can we get a winner? That'd be very, very unlikely if we do. But stranger things have happened. Let's give them a demand more again. 5 minutes time added on. Well, at least we're not going to lose the game. Okay. 3-3. Okay. We are going to be disappointed, though. They're not getting away with that. Getting away with it that easy. Right, okay. Right, okay. We need to catch this quickly. So that Nathaniel Brown, who started off the season as the first choice left back, then got a really bad injury, is now injured again. Right, okay. When's the next game now? We're playing... can I get 3 days in there? I can. Playing Porto in the Europa League. Well, let's go for 3 days rest. Rest players for 3 days. Okay, what have we been on now? 2. Right, I think we might make this the last game of the evening, this Europa League game. And have we... well, we've not actually lost this season. Are we going to do an unbeaten season here? It's a bit too much to ask for. I think full strength, I think we potentially could do. But, yeah, we'll do this now. So they're doing the usual. Oh, Werder Bremen in the cup, Werder Bremen in the league. Surely somebody in the office where they code these things must be looking at that and saying, we need to sort that out. It's silly. I've just had it in the Spurs save. Crystal Palace in the cup, Crystal Palace in the league. I don't know. Yeah, no problem, mate. No problem. Last game, it's not 1 in the morning yet. No, I don't want to do that again. That was way too much. Way too much. Yeah, I need to have a bit of a cut-off point because right, I did a rest there, didn't I? Did I rest? Yeah, I did do a rest. Right, let's. I mean, this injury is not. It's not massively 9 to 12 days. Right, okay then. But we have got Doof who can come in there. 14 unbeaten for Bayern Munich. But that should extend. I've had so many saves in the past where the likes of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, I've been on 36 game unbeaten runs. So that's a bit of a... that should extend, shouldn't it, really? Let's give it a save. I must admit, it's a new experience for me, this managing a top team. It's a new experience. In my United save, I played City 4 times in 17 days. Okay, so you've seen it as well, Stevie. You do wonder, don't you? You know, some of these things that you see that happen regularly. And it's like, so if the coders are playing the game, or even if they're not playing the game, but somebody leans over and taps them on the shoulder, it's like, when you're coding that bit next, can you make it so that a team doesn't play in the cup and in the league right next to one another? Because it's a bit silly. I mean, obviously, it happens in real life. Of course it does. You know, maybe once every couple of years. Not every single season. Just code it a bit differently. Make it a bit more realistic. Would you say managing the top team is better? I don't know, Cameron. I can't... I'm gonna plead the 5th on that. I'm not really gonna... Is it the 5th or the 4th? I don't know. Anyway, I'm saying nothing. The problem is, if I say something, we'll probably lose every game between now and the end of the season. So, I think it's more interesting managing teams who are not big teams, because you do have to work a lot harder. But then that's not to say we're going to win anything with Bayern Munich this season. I mean, where's that put us in the Bundesliga now? Let's have a look. No. I want to see the Bundesliga. I want to see the Bundesliga. Right, okay then. So, ridiculously, Dortmund are in 11th place. So that shouldn't have been a difficult game. That shouldn't have been. The last 5 games, they've drawn 4 and lost 1. They're a poor team, Dortmund. and they've just given us a game. That's silly. Okay, we are top of the league by 5 points from Leverkusen. So it's Leverkusen, Frankfurt, Stuttgart are the main challenges up there. I like Championship standard teams around that sort of level. Yeah, I mean, it's... yeah, I'll refrain from answering that question, I think, till the end of the season. Because I don't really want to put the mockers on it. Right, this is going to be the last game of the evening. If you have joined the live stream, we're playing the console version of Football Manager 2026. And I am managing Bayern Munich after being poached from managing Schalke 04. They did sack Vincent Kompany, who only managed a 6th place finish with Bayern Munich. And we are only in the Europa League this season. So that's why they came in and changed the manager. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to do any better with them, but not being in Champions League straight away makes this save better, in my opinion. Gives the save a chance to grow a bit. Yeah, you're right, Stevie. Yeah, it's... you are spot on. Yeah, you're spot on. Because obviously the team that I took over wasn't good enough to win the Bundesliga and wasn't good enough to get in the Champions League. So it's up to me to try and negotiate this team into being a Champions League winning team. Whether that's possible, I don't know. Because like I say, my track record in Europe is not really been that great. Although I have never managed PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Manchester City. I've never managed any of those teams. So I think it's always going to be a bit more difficult. Although Mike would disagree. Because I think he won the Champions League with Southport 3 years on the trot. So, okay, Bastion resumes full training. Dylan Bastion, right? Okay, let's. We're going to give him a week's rest, Bastion. I don't want him out injured again. Can't afford that. If he's not scoring the goals up front, I don't think these other two lads are good enough, really. I mean, it may well be I do go in for Zimash and rotate Bastion and Zimash. Because we know Zimash can score goals. And it would be a nice romantic thing to do, wouldn't it? Can you imagine Zimash scoring the winning goal in the Champions League final? I mean, that would just about cap FM26 off, wouldn't it? That would be amazing if that could happen. Right, okay. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to change things up a little bit here. I am going to do that. And I'm going to change Elise to attacking midfielder. He is going to be an attacking midfielder. And Shishon is going to be... He can't really play mate, can he? Can Pavlovic play mate? Yes, he can. Right, I'm going to do that just to give Fernandez a bit of help up there. Right, oh, Martinelli's still injured. Palmer can come in. Brown is injured. Right, so we need to take Brown out and we need to take Bastion out. Okay, so Hernandez up top with Fernandez. Elise, Musiala drops. Shishon and Pavlovic, Diamanda de Bas, Fort and Diouf. Right, okay. Let's give that a go. I'll say last game of the evening, this one now. A little bit of an earlier finish tonight. Because I'm an old chap and I do get tired So I don't want to be playing near midnight again. I did that once and it didn't end well, really. So yeah, I'm going to finish it a little bit early tonight. If you've not subscribed, though, if you could subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a like, that would be absolutely amazing. Heading for 1,600 subs now. The big target is 2,000, obviously, but if I could hit 1,600 subs, then that would be great. I mean, I might be looking at 2,000 subs for FM27, because that's like another 400 and something, isn't it? Let's see if I can get to 2,000 subs by FM27. It's doable. It's definitely doable. But I do seem to pick more subs up on live streams than I do on the standalone vids. So I might be doing, I don't think I'll do Wednesday every week, but I might be doing Wednesday night streams a little bit more often. Just try and feed another one of those in. It might get me another 4 or 5 subs and push me on a little bit. Okay, Hernandez. So every time Hernandez has come on, he scored a goal. In theory, he's not worse, but he's the Fernandez and Hernandez. Hernandez is the better striker. But every time he's come on, he's scored a goal. And I think he's the one. Is he the one that we've got on the list? Or it's Fernandez that's on the list? Okay, 1-0. I mean, the theory behind this is that if that young lad up front is struggling a little bit, let's give him a partner and let's see if we can get the two of them working together. I mean, it means dropping one of my attacking mids, but that's not a bad thing, I don't think, because those three are playing a lot of football. And I've got to be a bit careful because Szoboszlai's been out long-term injured. Martinelli is out injured at the moment. So who else have I got over that? Martinelli. Oh, I've got Diao. He's not getting enough game time, is he? But that's only one. I've got 6 players for 3 positions and 2 of them are injured. Szoboszlai's only just coming back. Oh, that's not good, is it? You're giving the ball away there for? Come on, I'm seeing a little bit creeping in here. A little bit of untidiness. Yeah. You see, you're going to get untidiness. He's not going to get you the results at all. Come on, sort yourselves out. This is not good enough. We're getting a little bit scrappy. Come on, give me my shout back again. I need to shout at him again. Five shots, 2 on target. That's gone down and down and down as the night's gone on, hasn't it? We started off with like 30 odd shots and 16 on target, and then it's just gone down and down and down. So in this game we've had 5 and 2. Come on. It's a bit of a packed defence. You're going to have to try and get through here. Get to the byline. Oh, and the keeper makes a good save. Is that Diego Costa in the goal? Are we going to drop points in this game as well? Are we having a little bit of a blip here? Come on, sort yourselves out. Nice switch. They've got Karabashvili playing for them as well. They've got Madwake as well. Come on, you need to be a bit quicker than this. Move the ball quicker. No, you see, this is not my team. This at the moment, this is not my team. We're giving the ball away here. We should be winning this tie all day long. Well, it looks like it's going to be the first. The trouble is, Leipzig they're going great guns, aren't they? We're at home here as well. I mean, what is going on here? What is going on? You've been terrible. Sort it out. We're supposed to be favourites. We're Bayern Munich. What is this? Literally, what is this? Because this is what you get when they injure your main striker, isn't it? With Bastion up front, we'd be winning this game now. The trouble is, I've got two young kids up front now, and we've lost 2 goals. Come on, give me my shout back. I need to shout at them again. Right, we are going to go attacking in this game. Come on, what are you doing? Oh, this is dire. What is going on here? This is absolutely dire. Right, what are we going to do here? Need to do something here. Right, Mora's coming on. Diao can come on for Fernandez. Hernandez is anxious as well. Right, okay, let's change that now. Let's do that. Mora can drop in there. What footed is he? He's right footed. Elise is left footed. Okay, let's switch those 2 round. Right, let's make those 2 second strikers. It's probably my fault this. I've probably changed the thing when I shouldn't have done. Should Bosley play up front? No. Can Mora play up front? No. Diao can. He's bloody anxious, isn't he? My gut feeling is we do that and bring Szoboszlai on there. Szoboszlai, Elise and Diao up front. Mora drops into midfield. Right, let's give that a go. Well, we need 2 goals to win this game, and we don't look like scoring 1 at the moment. Come on, Elise. Nope. Crossbar into the keeper's arms. Right, come on. We're losing a game in the Europa League here, I think. Unless we can pull something out of the hat. It's doing that, isn't it? It's hitting anything but the back of the net. Right, okay. I mean, who was it asking before? Do you make changes in a game? I'm working my socks off here to try and get a result. I mean, look at the tiredness. It's killing us a bit, innit? Elise is tired now as well. Let's bring Mastros on. Let's push him forward and let's make him an advanced wing back. Oops. Right, okay. We want to cross from standard crossing strategy. Right, let's aim for the middle. Deep line forward, let's push him forward. Do we move do forward as well? Let's move do forward as well. Right, crossing style. Right, let's do whipped crosses, cause chaos in the box. We've got 18 minutes of this game left to try and salvage something here. "17 shots, 10 on target." Well, we need to demand more again. Come on, Football Manager, give me something here. Just give me something. Anything. No? Okay, we've gone into a little bit of a lull here. A draw against Dortmund, who are very poor this season. And we're getting beat here by Porto. I thought we'd go through this Europa League campaign, you know, and win every game. That is shocking. That is shocking. My word, what the hell has happened to us? Okay, so Leipzig have taken over at the top now. 3 games to play. That is very, very, very poor. You know, at the moment, I used to have a bit of a rule when I started doing this. Last game of the evening, we always have to win it. I don't know whether I've won a game, last game of the evening for ages now. Every time I say last game of the evening, we'll lose it. That is poor. That is very, very, very poor. I think tiredness is becoming an issue now as well. Excuses. 2 days. Yes, so that's gone a little bit weird there. So after all of those goals we've scored and all of those wins, we've now drawn against a Duff Dortmund and we've lost at home to Porto, which we should never in a million years be doing. If we can't beat Porto in the Europa League, we've got no chance in the Champions League. That's shocking. Absolutely shocking. Right, I've done that, haven't I? Okay. Right, okay, so not the greatest end to an evening, but it is what it is. Let's hope we can dig ourselves out of a hole. We will get Bastian back, hopefully, as well, for the next live stream, which will be, what day are we on now? Tuesday. Yeah, next live stream will be Friday now, about 7:30. Look out for tomorrow's upload, which will be the Spurs simulation, something I've never done before, but I'm simulating the Spurs, the Spurs team to try, and obviously this season they're not doing great, so I thought, well, I'll take them over Football Manager and see if I can do all right. So I have won the Premier League with them 2 seasons on the trot. Champions League, once again for me, it's evading me. So, but look out for that one tomorrow. That'll be going up about 4 o'clock. Still got to edit it and everything yet, but that'll be going up not tomorrow, Thursday. Thursday, that'll be going up at 4 o'clock. But yeah, anybody nipping in at the end there, that's the last game of the evening. We have been playing the console version of Football Manager 2026, and I am managing Bayern Munich. So like I say, we will be back live stream. It will be 7:30 on Friday evening. We didn't underestimate them. They were just a lot better than we thought. Sir Bobby Robson. Yeah, that was very poor. That very poor. But I seem to be. It's not really a tag I want to get used to. I seem to be losing the last game of the evening every time now, and it sends me off in a bad mood, which I don't really like. I like going off in a good mood. But anyway, we're still top of the Prem. We're now only second in the Europa League. So yeah, I think we're going to come up against Leipzig at some stage, aren't we? They seem to be the ones who are setting the trend. But it is what it is. Okay, thanks to everybody who's come in, contributed, liked, subscribed, hit the notification bell, all of that good stuff. Because apparently it helps these mysterious algorithms, YouTube algorithms. And I will be back at 7:30 on Friday evening. But like I say, in the meantime, look out for the Spurs save that is going up on Thursday about 4 o'clock. And all your contributions tonight gratefully accepted. And this live stream is becoming... It's becoming. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking the people who are coming in. We're building a nice little community, and it's great in here. I'm really enjoying myself, and long may it continue. Okay, going to sign off now, and like I say, see you again 7:30 hopefully on Friday evening. Thanks very much for coming in.